Good morning, everybody! I am Termi Malawan, and welcome to Math Time! I am here to help you from your assignments or difficulties in understanding your lessons and help you to love and appreciate mathematics. Our topic for today is all about geometry, specifically quadrilaterals. Before we start our lesson proper, this is our objectives to guide us for today. First is to classify quadrilaterals. Second is to state the different properties of parallelograms, rectangle, square, rhombus, and lastly, the trapezoid. Let's start from defining what is quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals is a simple closed figure with four sides. One common property of all quadrilaterals is that the sum of all their angles is equal to 360 degrees. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral with two pairs of opposite sides, parallel to each other. It is a parallelogram if it contains these following properties. Opposite sides are parallel and congruent. Opposite angles are congruent. Adjacent angles are supplementary. Diagonals bisect each other, and each diagonal divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. If one of the angles of a parallelogram is a right angle, then all other angles are right and it becomes a rectangle. And these are some important formulas of parallelograms. Area is equal to length times height. Perimeter is equal to 2 times length plus base. Now, let's proceed to rectangle. Rectangle is a special type of parallelogram whose interior angles are all right angles. Also, the opposite sides are parallel and of equal length. It also had its properties to consider. These are the following. Opposite sides are parallel and congruent. All angles are right. The diagonals are congruent and bisect each other. Opposite angles form at the point where diagonals meet are congruent. And these are formulas of rectangles. Area is equal to length times base. Perimeter is equal to 2 times length plus base. Let's proceed to the third one, the square. Square is a special type of parallelogram whose all angles and sides are equal. All sides and angles are congruent. Opposite sides are parallel to each other. The diagonals are congruent. The diagonals are perpendicular and bisect each other. And don't forget its formulas. Area is equal to length squared. Perimeter is equal to 4 length. Now, let's dig in about rhombus. Rhombus is a parallelogram whose diagonals are perpendicular to each other. It also had its properties to consider. All sides are congruent. Opposite angles are congruent. The diagonals are perpendicular and bisect each other. Adjacent angles are supplementary. A rhombus is a parallelogram whose diagonals are perpendicular to each other. And these are some important formulas of a rhombus. If A and B are the length of the diagonals of a rhombus, area is equal to A times B divided by 2. Then perimeter is equal to 4 times length. And lastly, the trapezoid. Trapezoid is a parallelogram with only one pair of parallel sides. Properties to consider are the following. The bases of the trapezoid are parallel to each other. No sides, angles, and diagonals are congruent. And don't forget its formulas. Area is equal to 1/2 times height times length sub 1 plus length sub 2. Perimeter is equal to length sub 1 plus length sub 2 plus length sub 3 plus length sub 4. Before we end our lesson, let's do some recap. That's all for today. We hope you've learned from us, especially help you finding math as easy as 1, 2, 3. Hope you enjoy while learning!